Welcome to Over the Back Fence. I'm Di Edwards.
And I'm Nicola Dale.
Well, we've been bosom buddies for nearly 4 decades. And look, honestly, we're not neuroscientists, psychologists, doctors or monks. We just love people and know with age comes wisdom.
So join us as we open our hearts, share our stories and hear from some of the most inspirational people in the world and have a laugh along the way.
Yeah.
Enjoy!
Here we are.
Our first brand new podcast, our first episode of
Over the Back Fence
with
Nicola and Di. Incredible.
It's exciting, Di.
It is. It's something that we've actually sort of, I know that word's such a cliche, but really we've manifested for a long time because both you, Nicola and I, we have this incredible infectious love of the human race. It's in our DNA. We don't try, it's just there. And I think that the podcast we were talking about it being such a great platform to present that, but also specialising in an area such as your 50s and your 60s.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're in. We're in our 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And, Di and I, we've been friends for like nearly 4 decades. It's just amazing. So we've got this friendship and we met at a party, or actually met like a dinner party really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things we just sat opposite one another and clicked and connected. And 2 days later, I'm around at your house having some bubbles.
It was incredible.
40 years later, it's still going on.
Yeah.
But we've shared the journey of life, from having children together, losing parents together. You flew down to my mum's funeral. So we've had times of, the big times of, and fun times. We've been in Greece and dancing on tables at Namos and carrying on to those really special times when we were there for each other at the lowest point. So it's sort of a friendship that you just go, wow, I treasure. I feel so lucky, and we share it together.
It's so true.
What about you, Di? What's your sort of...
where do I start talking about a bosom buddy over that period of time? I think probably for the listeners, who's Nicola and what is she? From my perspective, I always think that the friends you attract is really a reflection of you, who you are. I've often said that. And I feel quite honoured to say that Nicola is... You're just like a firefly that just buzzes around with the light on her, and you're just so happy when you walk into a room. There is a light, with your beautiful teeth, my darling. That smile. But you walk into a room and the room lights up, and you see the beauty in others. You've got energy, like oodles of energy. You're really unique, and
that's
and
beautiful.
I feel
well, it is sort of
so
like a bit of we're
lucky.
fangirling each other, which is really nice.
I'm very fortunate.
But you know what? Why not? And it's when you are attracted to someone too. It is by your energy, and it was instantly our energies just were bang. You're high energy. I'm fairly high energy. We like a good time. We like a lot of similar things, and then we like quiet things too, and a lot of our values are aligned.
Yeah, very much so.
But with you, Di, it's your energy and your giving and your loving, and a little bit of backstory for our listeners too with Di. You are amazing, Di, because here I am, I was the only daughter. I'm from, an older brother. Di's one of 8. The third daughter.
It's like a mini town, city, really.
Exactly, like a mini town. I was going, wow, are you seriously? And then when I've met them all, they're all like you. You're probably the most outrageous of them
And they all call Nicola their other sister, so there's 9, including Nicola.
Well, that's you being you. You've included me into the clan. Because I remember saying, I've always wanted a sister. And you go, well, walk this way.
Mum was the most remarkable human. She would, in fact, a friend of my baby brother, Anthony, said the other day, he said, do you know, I've got this image of your mum. Whenever I'd turn up on a Saturday, I couldn't see her in the kitchen because she had so many sandwiches piled so high like a tower, because she just knew there'd be that many. It'll either be for a football game or packing, to send off someone to a football game, or people turning up. Yeah. So growing up with a lot of people, a lot of dynamics there, and then married to a beautiful man back in 86. And
good old 80s.
Yeah, the good old 80s, the mullet and the moustache.
I put a photo of you with
and my high hair.
And where'd you get married, by the way?
In Mykonos. Yeah, I didn't want to get married in one of those sort of wedding.
Well, you could have had to have
places.
300 people at your wedding with your
I just
family.
wanted to go do something different. Also, Dad gave me a budget for the wedding. I said, let's spend it on travelling. There's a bit of that too. But yeah, so produced two of the most beautiful humans. And then through life, my career, I was in marketing. I was actually marketing hotels, and then travelled to America. I was running a business in New York and San Francisco for almost 4 years. And I went down to Martinique in the Caribbean and became a GO with Club Med. Talk about left field. That was the most incredible times of my life. Like, I was singing in the band, I was dancing on stage, I was teaching aerobics, I was teaching windsurfing, like crazy stuff.
The Jane Fonda.
It was mad. And then I remember going to my brother that was at the University of Hawaii on my way back to Australia, and I met David. And then I proceeded to get an incredible position with a television station. I hosted my own TV program for many years.
Pretty amazing, Dale.
Yeah, it was live TV with no autocue, I might add. Boy, the brain was younger then.
No edits.
Honestly, I look back at that now. That was incredible. And then I did segments on the Midday Show for many, many years. One of them you came on air with me.
It was a hoot.
That was hysterical.
Just as bridesmaids.
And then honestly, it's like busy with children, always busy with the family business, what have you. But, you know, this beautiful vein of gorgeous friends. I've got the most beautiful girlfriends. And I look back now and I think, yeah, it's a great place to be right now in my early 60s, saying, I'm really happy. My God, where do we start with Nicola?
Well,
wow.
a little bit about myself. I'm originally, as you said, a Melbourne girl. So I was born there, and just not like you, Joe, one of age. So I was the younger one with an older brother. You know, from a pretty sporty family. My dad was an AFL footy player, so I was into sport. And then with schooling, I loved it, and I was an exchange student to the US of A for 12 months. And I have to say that was a turning point in my life, because I was only 15 when I went there. But my American mother took me to a positive thinking rally, and this is back in 1979, 80. Yeah, so that actually was the turning point.
I never knew this.
Yep, in my life. Anyhow, so then I ended up, I've always had this like love of travel, so living over there. So I worked in London in a hotel, and then I got into the airlines at a young age of 22. So I ended up, after living overseas, based in Sydney, and flew around the world. Can you believe this?
For how long though, Nicola?
34 years.
That's
I had
incredible.
a career as an international flight attendant.
Imagine, guys, the people she met. Imagine.
And
something.
during that time, you know, I'm married, and then I raised two gorgeous children, and then they came on that journey with me a lot. And so I was married, and then 5-6 years ago my marriage ended, and at that stage then that was difficult and hard. But it's like when you go through something, it's like how you can overcome something, and now it's like freedom. I've got adult children, I've gone through, you learn a lot, but it's just like, I feel like I'm 22 sometimes.
Wow,
Isn't
that great?
You know, I don't always look at it, and when you're sort of saying with the arms, and you look in the mirror, you go, whoa, what happened?
But you know, the one thing that does ground you and I, even though we love people, love to party, and love to engage in anything where there's people, we'll embrace it. But the one thing where we come together is our walks, and I call it green time, which I think is vital, I think, for your mind, body, spirit. And even though we're talking the whole time, it's there's excerpts of, oh my God, look at the magpie. Oh, look at that. The wattle's out. Wow, look at that. Look at the wattle, everyone. It blows our minds. Or a little waterfall because there's been a lot of rain, or I don't know, a lizard might scan across the road or something. It's just reconnecting back into nature, and we genuinely love that, and that's a big chunk of our week. When I say a big chunk, it's one or two walks, but it's really
There's some of our
vital.
favourite things that we share together are walks, and we have the things that we've discussed, the belly laughs that we've had, and the ups and downs and the cries and the tears and the lows, and which we've shared all along the way, because it certainly hasn't been an easy ride, but it's been a great ride too so far, and there's so much more ahead of us. But I agree, Mother Nature, walking, and it's funny now we're at this stage too, we've sort of like started off a bit of golf, and we're like doing some other things too.
We're a bit naughty with our golf.
We don't follow the rules exactly.
Like we are a member of a club now, and I didn't think they'd take us because we're a bit loud. Often when we're playing,
conservative club,
we get told it's a little bit loud, and we're like, What? Oh, you're sorry, because we're just chatting and laughing. We're
And
just
this
being
one too, there's
normal.
a certain skirt length too.
It was a day we were playing golf and it was, I don't know, maybe
quite
38
hot.
degrees or something. So I hitched my skirt up. Then I got told, no, it's a little bit too high
Yes,
for
that's
the
right.
club.
It was nearly like a little bit of a slap on the leg.
Yes, and Nicola was learning one day, learning
trying to
golf,
learn the rules.
learning
too.
the rules.
Yeah, it just
And
took
she
a
got a little
while
bit
to-
of a tap on the leg. No, we don't do it. We don't hit the ball that way.
Yeah.
But having said all of this, we love it.
We love it. Well, it's
Yeah.
also good, I think, at any stage of your life just to try something new. Because I remember
Yes, good for
the
the
first
brain.
time when I said, you come along and join it.
Yep.
And you said to me, you know what, Nicola, I'm coming just now sort of like for you, but I'm not going to play anymore.
No.
I said, okay, that's fine. Just come
Yeah.
once. And it's like anything. All you need is that first time. And after that, you're looking at
I was hooked.
outfits. And
I was like, why are we going to golf on Thursday? And again, it's a bit of green time.
yeah, and it's fun and it's sharing new things, and that's like with us, and I think with our intention of the podcast too is
Yeah.
sharing our friendship with everyone, sharing our friends with everyone, and you know we've
Yeah.
got the best guests. I tell you
Yeah.
what, I'm so excited. Like,
No,
to share them with
unbelievable.
you.
The
Like,
variety.
the variety.
Yeah.
What
Whether
about-
it's whether it's a school principal we interviewed who did 100 dates before she
100
met
dates. She
her
doubled the
husband.
movie, didn't she?
Like so much. It's so much fun. So much fun. You know,
life
and
coaches, comedians,
people that inspire you, like
Yeah, real.
people who actually, for a career, inspire others.
Yes.
And so we've handpicked different people who will just make you stop. I know it happened to me, and there'll be a little bit of residue that will land on you like it did with us. And hopefully you'll go, wow, okay, the penny's dropped.
Yeah.
I do need to make changes.
that's so
or,
true.
You know, I need to rethink the way I'm operating. My modus operandi is in this life. And you know, you often talk coming out of the darkness.
Yeah,
And,
out of the darkness,
Yeah.
because you're not alone, and I think it helps when you actually hear other people's stories, because sometimes you think you're the only one. or
Correct.
You're the only one that's
It's
feeling
true.
that. I'm the left out. When
It's
you
true.
do hear in other people's stories, it helps you really.
Well, we hope to be that community with Over the Back Fence. We truly do. We hope to be a part of your community. Well, guys, we look forward to joining us at the Back Fence next Monday.
Yeah, so tell your friends, rate and review. How many stars do we want, Didi?
25, and even though it only says
I think
4.
I think it says 4 or 5 stars. Because really, I'm just learning, but that's really the only way that community
Spread the
grows and
word.
spread the word.
Yeah,
So share
it's
the
true.
potty to friends, and
That's what it's all about.
and thank
to
you for
share it.
listening.
And look forward to chatting with you on Monday. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Bye bye.